Welcome back to Mind Your Biz. Let's jump into the latest news, and we'll let this Bitcoin full node sink in the backdrop. Mimi, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Great. Let's talk about the top stories. What's first?
Signature Bank. Prospective buyers must agree to give up all crypto business.
Sounds pretty harsh, doesn't it?
Yep, it's dumb.
But apparently, Signature Bank is on the market, and the major caveat is that for the resale is that it cannot be involved in crypto business anymore, which is kind of a shock considering there are tens of billions of dollars held by Signature Bank, and there are a lot of, well, industry players in crypto that rely on Signature Bank. But there's some other quotable quotes that you highlighted for us here. This came 2 days after the collapse of another bank, the Silicon Valley Bank in California, and less than a week after the voluntary closure of another California-based bank, Silvergate, which is been used by not only tech companies, but crypto companies. And all three of these banks were considered crypto-friendly financial institutions. This is a huge shock for anybody involved in the business side, whether it's services, marketing, or building in cryptocurrency. And, without funding, you can't really hire people and you can't build stuff. So it's been a bit of an issue there. Barney Frank, a Signature board member and former Democratic U.S. congressman, suggested the takeover was spurred by anti-crypto motives, telling CNBC that Signature Bank was solvent and that regulators intervened anyway just to send a message. How about that?
That is evil. This U.S. congressman went out against the FDIC, saying that they're attacking crypto.
Tom Emmer. And he reiterated that the federal government is using the recent banking crisis as an excuse for its unjust crackdown on crypto. And he wrote a letter to the FDIC chairman, Martin Grunberg, saying that recent FDIC decisions, I think, spurred his suspicion that the agency is attempting to extinguish cryptocurrency. Others were cited as describing the FDIC's action against Signature as a strong anti-crypto message rather than an actual concern about the bank's viability. And I mean, if the other news is to be believed, then that sounds true. If they were solvent, then why else do it?
Well, it's kind of weird to me is Barney Frank, he was on the board of Signature Bank.
Well, then, yeah, he would know intimately whether or not they were solvent. But looks like Tom Emmer right here published this on Twitter and said that, sent a letter, the FDIC is weaponizing recent instability in the banking sector to purge legal crypto activity from the U.S. And Mimi, you and I talked about this a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're trying to chase crypto business away from the U.S.
Pretty much.
Sure. Last quote here. Many insiders claim that the FDIC and other agencies have been using their power to bully companies and stifle innovation in an attempt to maintain their stranglehold on the financial sector. And it kind of adds up, right? When you consider that there was a call by the Biden administration to research CBDCs and a potential path forward for a digital dollar that would appeal to crypto investors,
right?
Whether or not it is kind of traditional crypto. Oh, I lied.
For example, the FDIC has been accused of pressuring banks to sever ties with crypto companies, making it difficult for them to access basic banking services like checking accounts and loans. In some cases, banks have been have even frozen the accounts of crypto companies without warning, causing chaos and disruption.
Well, Mimi, you and I have been involved. You've indirectly been involved in the crypto industry because of me for over 5 years now.
Yes.
And you've seen firsthand how disruptive it can be when vendors can no longer make payroll or when there are problems with banks. This is not a new problem, actually. This is going on many years, but it seemed like it was in the rear view until just now. So.
I don't know. I felt like what we were seeing in the news cycle, like things were building up towards what we're seeing today.
Yeah.
This to me is just the big strike after like small little nips of like this regulation, that lawsuit from the SEC, I mean, just one little thing after another, and the fall of FTX, which, everyone was just like,
excuse.
Yeah, perfect excuse. He was like well aligned with a lot of government officials, regulators, but this is just more of the same.
Yeah.
The banks are trying to push crypto out because crypto threatens their power.
Well, let's talk about this other article from the Blockchain Association is looking for documents on crypto debanking from the FDIC and the Fed. But let's go through the highlights. Blockchain Association, one of the largest crypto lobbying groups, is investigating a potential debanking of crypto firms following the failure of 3 banks over the past month. Seems like a good idea, frankly, based on what we're saying. And we see smoke that indicates a fire. The FOIA requests are intended to uncover the truth behind potential debanking of crypto firms in the U.S., including learning more about possible account closures of law-abiding crypto businesses, says Kristen Smith, the CEO. Apparently, they're investigating allegations of debanking, including account closures and refusal to open new accounts, which it says may have contributed to the collapse of Signature Bank, SVB, and Silvergate. Huge if true, right? So I hope that they're able to get to the bottom of it.
Right.
There are also reports of crypto companies having their bank accounts closed without notice or explanation. Regulators are debanking crypto companies. They're breaking the law. Rather, if regulators are debanking, they are breaking the law. I sincerely hope they get some closure here, and that we at least know whether or not this is actually happening and it's actually targeted. You know who else is a strong advocate in the space? Kathy Wood.
Kathy Wood.
She's pretty amazing.
Oh, Kathy.
She's one of the powerhouse ladies of crypto. But apparently, here's the quote. Today, 5 major innovation platforms are evolving at the same time: multiomics, sequencing, robotics, energy storage, artificial intelligence, and blockchain technology. Now, I mispronounced that. Multiomics.
What are multiomics?
I don't even know.
And now I have to look that up.
It's my first time being exposed to this word. But the Bitcoin Bull also says, referring to Kathy Wood, the U.S. bank collapse showed the benefits of cryptocurrencies. Crypto remained stable, and networks performed reliably during the banking failures. While the U.S. banking system was seizing up in response to bank runs threatening regional banks, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other crypto networks didn't skip a beat. She's spot on. I didn't even change any of our holdings, even though we had some stables that suffered from exposure to USDC.
Well, if anything, there was a little pump.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny when they repegged. During all of this, the closure of Silicon Valley Bank, did anybody miss this? Giant truck just somebody handed out water and put Jerome Powell on the side of a truck with Bitcoin saying, be your own bank. I'm not going to play any more of that song because we'll get in trouble. Powerful messaging as SVB was being shut down. You love to see it. Apparently, it made it all the way around the world.
It did.
Barcelona.
Yep.
Grow Bank merges crypto and fiat currencies into a new Swiss venture, and this is pretty timely. I sincerely hope they're able to make this work, but apparently a Zurich-based fintech group, Grow Bank, plans to integrate crypto and fiat currency into its services. Grow Bank positions itself among the first to bring traditional banking and DeFi together. It has an e-money and classical banking license, EMI and FCA, while its users enjoy a cover under Swiss law. So it's pretty great. Corporate or personal deposit accounts using the mobile application. There's all kinds of really great features there. I mean, it doesn't apply to us here in the United States, but it's good to see that it's being launched anywhere. The services are available to anyone, including customers in crypto unregulated countries at all times. Well, we'll see what that really means. Maybe we do a deep dive in another episode. Mm-hmm. But Grow services appear in the limelight as the cryptocurrency community seeks alternatives. Yes, it is the perfect time for this as well. Apparently, Brian Armstrong from Coinbase is considering adding a banking feature to their platform. That could be very interesting. Coinbase, and with this sort of network effect and halo effect of being associated with Circle Group, the issuers of USDC, they might stand a fighting chance doing that here domestically in the United States and across the Americas. There are so many that see the warning signs and they want to do something to help. Last but not least, apparently Fidelity Crypto is quietly went live, giving millions of retail customers access to Bitcoin and Ether. Fidelity Digital Assets quietly opened access to the Fidelity Crypto product. Millions of users can now trade Bitcoin Ether commission-free on the platform. It was previously restricted to a wait list, but it is now entirely open to new and existing customers. The full launch happened over the past few weeks, and it coincided with an increasingly hot regulatory environment in the U.S., the collapse of 2 of crypto's biggest banking partners, Silvergate and Signature Bank, as well as Silicon Valley Bank. There's no wonder they haven't really poured on the press releases lately, but very interesting timing
Right.
from Fidelity.
I mean, I think, there's bad news and then there's good news.
Absolutely. Well, and so whatever. Good news, the good things happen in threes, bad things happen in threes, but yeah, maybe there will be 3 good things as well to counteract the recent bank problems.
Right. But what I see, I mean, it's like for me a small glimmer of hope to see like, oh, here's a new bank that combines like fiat with a decentralized finance. Like, oh, good.
Yeah, sincerely, I hope that does work out well for that group. This brand new group, Grow Bank. But Mind Your Biz community, what do you think about all of this? Are you excited to see that there's a proper case for crypto in the markets now? People are starting to see the importance of having cryptocurrency in their portfolios and having their own control of cryptocurrencies. Are you worried? Has this affected you negatively? I mean, I know for our family, we've had extended family members who had paychecks that were dependent on Silicon Valley Bank. Has this reached into your household, into your life? If so, sincerely hope you're all right. Let us know in the comments if you'd like more short segments like this where we just cover a few tactical items, and we will see you in the next one.